Good afternoon, Black and Married with Kids. I am so excited to be on this live with you guys again this Monday. If you are just now watching this live, my name is Arielle Fuller. I want you all to chime in based upon this topic because we are going to talk about tonight 3 ways or reasons to stop comparing yourself to the other woman. All right, and so if you know any women, if you want to share this, please share this on your page. Once again, I am so happy to be here with Black and Married with Kids this Monday. Thank you, Lamar and Ronnie, for having me on your platform. If you do not know me, I am Arielle, and I am the co-owner and the daughter duo of Dunamis Women Enterprise, where we guide women and men of faith through spiritual mentorship, prayer, and coaching so they can experience emotional healing and transform their life and relationships through the power of God. And so tonight, I am going to, I have a big announcement, okay? So if this is your first time watching me on Black and Married with Kids, know I have a huge announcement, all right? First announcement is every Monday at this time on the page, I will be going live with you. So not only will you be seeing my mom on Tuesday, but you will be seeing me as well. So I'm so excited to share that new news with you guys. Comment below, hey Hames, how are you? If you're watching this on Instagram, please comment below as well. Where you're from, tell me your city, your state. Hi, Erika, how are you? And please share this live. Hi, Carmen, thank you for chiming in. Thank you for being here with me from Georgia. Erika, I just left Georgia this weekend. So I'm from Chicago. Hi, Jeanette, how are you? Thank you guys for chiming in. Once again, you guys saw the topic, you saw the title. Tonight we're going to talk about 3 ways to stop comparing yourself to the other woman. Hi, Tamisha from Florida. And so this is why it's so important, right? Comment below if you're just now chiming in if you have ever compared yourself to another woman, all right? I don't care. It could have been someone at work. I'm not necessarily talking about marriage right now, but just comment below, I have. If you have found yourself comparing yourself to another woman, just comment below, I have. Hi, Valerie from Tennessee, because I want to see how transparent you guys are going to be with me on this conversation. Now, you may say, no, I never have compared myself to another woman, but guess what? A lot of women do. Yes, Nikki, thank you for being transparent, saying you have. And so what we're going to talk about today is from a relationship standpoint, where you're comparing yourself. Hi, Loretta from Chicago. I'm right here in Chicago too. When you compare yourself to another woman from a relationship, because when you're married, and I want to know who's watching this. So comment below if you're married. Comment below if you're single, okay? I want to know who's on here with me. So comment if you're married. Comment if you're single, because we're going to talk about the perspective from those both areas, okay? Because we have compared ourselves from being single women, and I am single, but also when you are married, and there's sometimes other women, or you have maybe dealt with infidelity or mistresses, we have compared ourselves as women, or as wives, they have compared themselves to the other woman. I have and still do often. Women, we do it so often. We do it so often. And even if your husband from a marriage standpoint is not dating or entertaining that other person, you're still maybe sometimes comparing yourself to another woman. And if you're single and you see that, then you're comparing yourself. Hey, Michelle, how are you? Hi, Camille. So here's the 3 reasons why, okay? Because here's what the perspective that I'm coming with you tonight when it comes to this live. When you are married, okay, and you're comparing yourself to another woman, especially if there has been maybe cheating or infidelity within the marriage, and if you are single and you're in a really good, tight relationship, and you feel as if there is another woman and you find yourself comparing them, here's the reason why you need to not do so, okay? 1, it's not good for us as women, whether we're married or whether we're single, to compare ourselves to another woman, because it affects our self-esteem emotionally. And a lot of times, you guys, I put spiritual mentorship on here. So a lot of times, as women, as Christian women, as godly women, which I don't know if you guys are, we struggle a lot with our confidence. And part of the reason why we struggle with our confidence is because we haven't became fully aware and fully confident in our identity and who God created us to be. And so comparison creeps in all of us, but oftentimes if we haven't became fully aware of who we are as women, that comparison can taint our image and can taint our mind to where it shatters our self-esteem to where we cannot be used effectively. All right. Thank you, Patrice, for saying you love God. I'm telling people to comment below if you have compared yourself to another woman woman and if you are married or single. So it makes you question your full confidence where you cannot be used. And that's the key word, used. Because when you're comparing yourself to another woman, oftentimes there's something that God needs you to do for you to be used. But when you're steady comparing yourself and when you're steady allowing yourself to lower your self-esteem, you're now doing what I call depleting yourself to where you cannot be used, because sometimes now your mind is more in love with the other woman instead of focusing on what you need to be doing within your marriage or focusing what you need to be doing within your relationship. And oftentimes we can have more of a closer relationship with the other woman than we are with the actual person. And y'all know, maybe it's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just the only one. But sometimes we could look at their pictures. We could look at their social media. We could be looking at what they wearing. We looking at the other woman more than we focus on ourselves. And it's so true, but you become more obsessed with that other person instead of focusing on what you are doing. And so that is a trick of the enemy, because it's causing you to lose focus on what you need to necessarily be doing within your marriage and within your relationship. So I'm going to tell you all, yes, Sharon, we need to know who we are in Christ. So I'm going to tell you all 3 ways to shift your mindset if you are dealing with this comparison of another woman. Hi, Lady Anita, you're single and you're praying for a husband. And it's so good that you are on here when you're single. Married women, you can attest to this, because when you're single and you can learn this before you get into marriage, and I'm not even married, it really helps prepare you for marriage. And that's just, comment below if you agree, because if you agree, I think that it's great for single women to get this knowledge and to get equipped in this standpoint before you enter into a marriage, okay? And so, yes, Jamaica, you're right. This comparison, that person becomes your God. That person becomes your obsession. That person becomes the person that you're constantly focused on, where you lose focus on what God is necessarily telling you to do. And here's the reason why that person becomes your God, okay? Because this is the trick of what's going to happen. So here's 3 reasons of why. So we ask ourselves, and if you agree, comment below you agree. Have you ever asked yourself, what does she have that I don't have? I mean, whether you're married or single, have you ever really said, what does she have that I don't have? Like, I'm really trying to figure this out. What does she have that I do not have? We ask ourselves these questions. I'm going to give you 3 things of what you have that she does not have. 3 things that she has that you don't have. Okay? Because we always ask this question, but we don't really know. We don't figure it out. And that's why we get so obsessed. That's why we look at her personality. That's why we look at how she's looking, how she's dressing. We get so focused on all these other things. But I'm going to tell you 3 things that you have that she does not have, and 3 things that she has that you don't have. And y'all can guess who's going to be better. Okay? So if you're ready for these 3 things, if you're ready to write this down, if you're ready to learn, comment below, I'm ready. Because I'm going to tell you, yes, we will think it's nothing, but it is something. It is something that she does have. Now, I ain't going to say it's better, but it is something that she does have. So if you're ready, comment below you're ready, and I'm going to give you these 3 strategies. If you're just now chiming in while you guys are dropping your comments, my name is Ariel Fuller. I am the co-owner and the daughter of the mother-daughter duo of Dunamis Women Enterprise, where we guide women in faith through spiritual mentorship, prayer, and coaching so they can experience healing and transform their life and relationships. So I'm so thankful for Lamar and Ronnie for having me on here tonight. And if you're just now chiming in, we're talking about 3 ways to stop comparing yourself to the other woman. So I see all these comments of I'm ready down below. Okay, so I'm going to give it to you guys, all right? So if you got a pen and paper, write this down. Here's one thing that she has that you don't have, okay? What she has as the other woman who necessarily wants the man that you have or wants to enter this relationship is she has a mindset of possession. She likes to possess things. She likes to take things. She likes to have things for her own pleasure and for her gain. She has possession. And this may be possession of his body if he has stepped out in infidelity. This may be possession of his conversation or talk. This may be just possession of his presence, okay? She has possession. Now, if your husband has ever stepped out in marriage, or even if he has not, and maybe it's just a woman in the workplace, she has possession just to visually see him in her eyesight. Okay, so she has this possession, she has this attention, but she looks at it, please know the key word, as a possession. All right, as something that she wants, that she can own, that she can control, that she can have. Possession. And y'all, if y'all watch my other live, then you already know what I said, that we do not own men. They are not objects. We do not possess them to have in our own mindset, all right? And a woman can possess a man's body, but she does not have his heart. She can lay with him as many times as she wants to, but she doesn't know him. And oftentimes we get so caught up as women when it comes to sex. And even though infidelity is totally wrong, I'm not condoning infidelity. I'm not condoning a man stepping out on sex. But there are a lot of women that have a man's body and they think that they have his heart. And they don't. They just possess the physical anatomy of who he is, but they don't know anything else of the substance, okay? So that's what she does have. She has possession in her own mind. She thinks that she's his. We watched the movie Obsession with Beyonce. Y'all already know that crazy, not knocking white people, but the crazy girl thought that she really had this person, right? But what you have as a wife, what you have as a godly woman, what you have as a confident woman who's not comparing herself, is you have power, okay? You have power. You do not have possession, you have power. And within your power, there's authority and there is trust, okay? You have power, which means that your power, and even if it's dunamis, that literally means power, but your power is connected to a higher being that has more power than what any woman or any other woman could possibly have. And when you understand the power that you possess, that you have, because she thinks that she possesses your man, but you possess a power. You don't possess a man, you possess a power. If y'all want to be really honest and transparent, that other woman possesses probably a penis, but you don't possess a penis, you possess power. It goes far beyond just laying down and having sex. You're saying that as a woman, as a connector, as an understanding of who I am in God and my confidence, that I possess God's power down on the inside of me. And power and authority is what how do I want to say this? What can win back your husband, your friend, your dear man that's near to your heart, your sons, whatever the case may be, back into the position of where they need to be. See, if you're trying to do that out of your possession, you're being manipulative. If you're trying to do that out of your possession, you're being very witchcraft. But see, when you operate through your power, you're only saying that I'm only giving back to God what belongs to him. Okay, so what she has is possession, but what you have is power. And when you are obsessing over her and when you're comparing, you're lessening your power, you're lessening your confidence, you're lessening your seek to start walking in your authority in the power that you actually possess. And tomorrow my mom's going to talk about how to be confident in your spiritual authority. So I want you all to look out for that live, but comment below power. Say, I have power. You don't have possession, you have power. You possess God's power down the inside of you. So comment below, I have power, if you understand these two different things, okay? Because what one person thinks that she possesses, God says, I have the power and I have the authority and I already have the control, because this woman thinks that she has control, but really the control is in my hands. Okay, you have power. All right, Arika. All right, Teresa. I see all this. Comment below. You have power. All right, Patricia. You guys have power. All right. And please, I hope you all share this on your timelines. If you haven't shared it yet, share it right now. So here's the second thing, okay, that the woman has that you don't have. Okay, right now she has the present state. She has the present state of where this man is right now at this moment. Whether he is successful, whether he is, seeking after his ambitions and goals. She has the present state of where he is. That's all she has. She don't have nothing else. She just has the present physical of what she sees. But what you have, especially as a wife, especially as someone who's endured a long-term relationship, even if you have been a near dear friend for someone for years, what you have differently is you have the past. And here's the thing of the past. How many of you guys have children? If you have children, comment below and say I have children. Because here's the thing. If you have children, right? You raise them all their years of their upbringing. You raise them all their life. You've seen all from the time they came out the womb to the time to where they are now, right? So you know all of their past. You know all of their deep places. You know all of their secrets. You know all of their passions. You know all of that stuff. You have the past. But see, sometimes what happens is that when someone tries to come in, whether that's a present day woman when it comes to your kid, don't you like when sometimes you don't like when people pretend that they know your kid more than you? And you like, I raised this person, and I don't even have kids, but you like, I raised this person. How you think you know more than I know within a year, within a month, within a week, than I know all the life that I done put in the time? So what the other woman has is she has the present. But what happens is that even though our children, and I'm a child so I can speak to this, even though children may go astray, even though children may start doing their own thing, they always remember the past and what you poured on the inside of them. So the same thing that it is with a child, almost the same thing that it is with your husband or with the man that you have built a relationship with, that you have developed a past if it was done out of a wholesome standpoint. If you have built a wholesome, solid friendship, if you have been with him throughout his journey, if you have supported him within his mission and his vision, if you have known his things that he has overcome, you have that past. And so even though that a woman may be distracting him in his present state or think that she has his present, the moment that you execute your power and you win him back, he's going to come back to the person who knows his past. And by summing this up, this is the person who knows who I am. And you got to be confident in that, to know that you as a woman have really learned to love the man that God has put in your life. That you have learned to love all of his hell, all of his good things, all of his bad things, that you have seen and endured, and you got to be confident in what you have done as a woman up until this standpoint, and you only can do what you have the capacity to do. So even if you have made some mistakes or fall short, do not condemn yourself. Be confident in the time that you have spent. Be confident in what you have poured in to that person, because that woman doesn't know any of that stuff. She just has the present state. And oftentimes as men, they're not just going to open up to just any other woman. And that's what she is, a other woman. So they're not just going to open up and avail all these things, but she thinks that she has something, but she just has his present. And so when you have his past, when you have his heart, in the best interest of his heart, when you execute your power, you're speaking things to God, you're saying things to God, you're praying to God based upon what you already have experienced within his heart. Does that make sense to you guys? If this is making sense, say, Ariel, it makes sense. Just comment below, makes sense. Because I really want you guys to understand this, and get this in your understanding, because it's a strategy of why I'm teaching you guys these three things so you can execute and where you are. So if you're getting this, comment below, I'm getting this, okay? So first thing is, she has possession, you have power. Second thing is, she has the present, you have the past, okay? She has possession, you have the power. She has the present, you have the past. These are the things that she necessarily has that you don't. But what you have, hopefully you're learning, is better than what she has, okay? And this is why we got to stop comparing ourselves to other women, because we lose focus on this. All right, Ashanti. All right, Tiffany. I'm glad it's making sense. All right, over here on my Instagram, I'm glad it's making sense to you guys. All right? He doesn't have a heart. He's fake. He's pretending. Why Christian believe in this nonsense? So yes, this is what and so this is the third thing, all right, or why you should stop comparing yourself to the other woman. Because what she has, what another woman has, what the other woman has, when we talk about possession, is she has a plot. She has a plot and she has a plan, and it's called scheming, okay? She does things specifically to get what she wants in her possession. Now, you guys all seen the movie Obsession, okay? I'm gonna use that as just the movie for tonight, okay? And remember where this woman had plotted and planned things to get what she wanted, whether it was putting Idris Elba within the bathroom, whether it was sending him pictures. It was all this scheming and this plotting to get him within her possession. Now, y'all ain't see Beyonce do none of that stuff, okay? Y'all ain't see her do all this plotting, scheming, all this different stuff. She wanted him in his possession, but Beyonce in this movie was confident in her power. And I don't know if y'all seen the movie Obsession because it's so old, but I'm using them because that's what's coming up, okay? She had his past. This girl only had his present of where he is. So the third thing that we're talking about is that so the other woman has a plot and she has a plan. But what you have as the wife, what you have executing in your authority, what you have in your God-given authority and your power is you have the promise. See, you don't have a plot, you have the promise. If he is married to you and he has said, I want you to be my wife, and he has proposed to you, he has made a promise, not to you, but unto God and to you. Okay? But you have the promise. And by promise, it's not just the words that came out of his mouth. It's the promises of God. The promises of God is that he has plans that are good for us, that are going to be, that to restore us. He has promises of already winning souls back unto him. And so when you're confident, why would women allow this? This will not leave the relationship. She wants you what you have, and you got what she wants. So you have the promise. You have what God necessarily wants best for him. And as you operate within your authority and your power, then you are able to have the ability to carry God's promises in your relationship. Okay? So you have that promise. She just has a plot and a plan. She doesn't have any good promises for his life. All she has is a plan for what she wants and she wants to possess. Okay? So yes, and even if some of you guys are saying, like, because I see some questions on here about he broke his promise to God, all these different things. See, let's not get focused on necessarily the man. Because when have we ever broke our promises to God? When have we ever broke our promises to ourselves? When have we ever fell short and did something that we weren't necessarily supposed to do? See, oftentimes we get so busy on pointing the fingers that's why we end up missing the mark of what we need to be doing as women. There is no perfect person within this world. We have the promises of God, but we do not operate in perfection. So even though that you are sometimes so hardcore that you are wanting things to be so perfect that you're missing out on the promises of God, because even though things are not perfect, you cannot tell me that God doesn't know what you can endure. You cannot tell me that God doesn't know what you can handle. You cannot tell me that when God sent you this man, that he did not give you the power and the authority to walk in your calling as a woman of God, point blank, period, not a wife, not a daughter, not a mother, but as a woman. So if I'm telling you right now, if you're coming out here with negativity, you can get off of Black and Married with Kids, because there are some women who need to hear this. And I'm not going to be, let's just say, sugarcoating it. So if you're still with me, comment below, you're still with me. But I promise you all, that when we get so focused on the other woman, we lose sight of what this is. When we get so focused on other things, we lose sight of the glory that we want to see. Okay, so if you are experiencing this, if you have seen this within your life, if you're saying, Aria, I don't even know how to start implementing this, I don't even know how to start walking in this. Thank you, Arika, for still being with me. Thank you, Kia, for still being with me. If you're saying, well, how do I start operating in my power? How do I start believing in the promises of God? Thank you, Lisa. How do I start using the things that I've heard within his heart of his past and use that to bring restoration back to him? How can I do that? Well, let me tell you. We at Dunamis Women are having a workshop tomorrow titled Witch versus Woman, because what I just explained to you, what she has is she has the operation of a witch. What you have is the operation of a godly woman. Okay? And so what we are doing is we're talking about witch versus woman, and we're going to be giving you strategies, spiritual strategies on how to position yourself as a woman to counterattack, or to not compare, but to counterattack and to demolish the works of the witch. Because it takes strategies, it takes skills, and you often may be like, why do I gotta go through all this? Why do I gotta deal with all this? Why couldn't I just have someone in my life who just didn't have all these distractions? Well, guess what? It wouldn't be growing you up. It wouldn't be putting more fire down on the inside of you. It wouldn't be giving you more confidence to start walking in your authority and walking in your power. And so in this workshop, I want you all to register for this. If you want to start learning strategies and skills on how to implement this within your life, whether it's your husband, whether it is your sons that you see are being destroyed by this, I want you to register for this workshop, okay? It's bit.ly/DW workshops is the link. And you can go there and you can register. This workshop is an investment. I'm letting you know that now. It is not free. We do amazing free things at Dunamis Woman, but it is an investment. It's $45, and women invested in this workshop. We did it last week on September 18th, and the strategies and the skills that they got was absolutely amazing as you build your confidence and know that you are the woman that has the authority, that has the power, that has the promises of God, that has everything that you need to win this battle. No longer are we going to obsess over the other woman. No longer are we going to feel depleted. No longer are we going to compare ourselves, but we are going to actually start implementing some strategies to get what we necessarily need. And so if you are serious about this, if you are serious about doing what it takes to win your men, whether it's your husband, whether it's your son, back into where they need to be, because you've seen women like this, you've seen women like in the movie Obsession operating out of this, then I want you to go to that link and I want you to register for this, because my mom is going to be teaching an amazing workshop for this, okay? So go to that link and I want you to sign up for this. It's bit.ly/DW, all lowercase, workshops, okay? bit.ly/DW workshops. And I'm telling you, this is the best investment that you're going to make in yourself. The class is tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm not saying this just to just sell a workshop. I'm saying this because, y'all, this is what we're seeing in this day and age. And women, as we are getting depleted, as godly women, we are losing our confidence. As godly women, we are starting to compare ourselves, and we are not getting the tools and the strategies of somebody sitting down with us and actually telling us how to implement these things within our life to see results. You're not going to get this at a church. I'm just letting you know that right now. And even if you're not Christian, it don't matter. Okay? Actually, it kind of does, because you got to walk in the authority of God. But, however, you may come to know Christ, okay? So, at the end of the day, I want you all to register for this. I want you all to sign up for this. If you feel like there's a woman who needs to be on here with you, please share this video and tune in. If you guys have any questions about the workshop, please feel free to ask me any questions or DM me. Go like our page, Dunamis Woman. I'm glad that you all tuned in with me. If you enjoyed it, comment below, say I enjoyed it, because I am excited to be here with you. And tomorrow my mom is going to teach you guys how to walk confidently in your spiritual authority when she comes on here for Black and Married with Kids. So I am so thankful, Lamar and Ronnie, for having me over here on the page. I'm glad that you guys tuned in and listened to this live as well. Comment below and say you enjoyed it, because I enjoyed having you guys. Thank you, Mary. Thank you so very much. Thank you guys for being here with me, because I believe in you. Thank you, Evie. I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in you. Thank you, Erika. And I know that as you get this, thank you, Tess, that you are going to be more confident than ever. And you will never let comparison kill your confidence and your authority and your power. Okay? Because that's what the witch is going to try to do. And you do not need to be in that state. You need to be a fighter. And you need to go after what you believe that is in your heart, with a precious heart. Okay? Thank you, Teresa, so much. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. So thank you for being on here. Thank you, Sharon, so much for being on here with me. Hopefully, I see you all next Monday. I have a great time when you guys are here tonight. So please share this and know that you are called, you are chosen, and you are not created to compare, but you are created to thrive in who God created you to be. So thank you so very much. I'm glad you need this, Sharon. I love you guys so very much, and have a good rest of your Tuesday night.